Hey guys, it's Tim Miller from the Bulwark. The Trump crypto corruption is now off the charts. It is unimaginable in the history of American politics. What is happening with Trump's crypto coin is something in history that would be only akin to what would happen in tin pot dictatorships. Like, we have a Gaddafi level scheme happening right now in this country under our nose. And I want to point you to this most recent story from the UAE, which is well reported by the New York Times. You got to give credit to the mainstream media. Here, there is some value to these huge legacy organizations. That the Times has this David Yaffe Bellany reporting from Dubai, the UAE. Some we don't have the resources for quite yet. Subscribe to the Bulwark. So shout out to David. Here's his report. Sitting in front of a packed auditorium in Dubai, a founder of the Trump family cryptocurrency business made a brief but monumental announcement. A fund backed by Abu Dhabi would be making a $2 billion business deal using the Trump firm's digital coins. That transaction would be a major contribution by a foreign government to President Trump's private venture, one that stands to generate hundreds of millions of dollars for the Trump family. That man that was on stage, Zach Witkoff, son of Steve Witkoff. So our chief negotiator in the Russia-Ukraine war, if you want to call it that, maybe the chief advocate for Russia at the negotiation table in the Russia-Ukraine war, Steve Witkoff. His son is a business partner with the president that appointed him. And that family business, the Witkoffs and the Trumps, managed to shake down the UAE for hundreds of millions. Like, they get a processing fee. They just get a little taste off of this deal that is done using their coin. Why would they use a Trump coin? Like, let's just think about this for a second. It's not as if they're investing in Trump's business, which would be totally inappropriate and stupid and moronic. But like, what they're doing is even more idiotic than that. What they're saying is that this fund is doing a $2 billion deal, but instead of using US dollars, instead of using the Saudi rial, instead of using a real currency, fiat dollars to do this deal, they're doing it by transferring the Trump stable coin. So this is a industry term in crypto. They have these stable coins that are meant to be, it's right there in the name, meant to be more stable than the more volatile other crypto coins. It's kind of one of those things where if you have to say that it's stable, it does raise some questions about the stability. But anyway, so rather than using real money to do this deal, they're going to use the Trump shit coin. Like, just imagine this if in your life, if you're going to the fucking coffee shop, you're saying to the owner, hey, I want to make a big purchase. I want to buy all of the beans that you got here. Do you want my dollars, or would you like the Trump shit coin? Like, everyone is taking the dollars, right? Like, what? Who wants to do a $2 billion transaction with the Trump shit coin? Like, the only rationale for doing a $2 billion deal with Trump shit coin is because you want to bribe Donald Trump. You want to bribe the president of the United States. That's it. It's the only possible rationale. There's no logical rationale for it. It makes no sense in any other context. So we have a bribery scheme happening with Abu Dhabi and the Trump family. I want to highlight something my friend Ian Sams flagged on Twitter. Here's another story from today I want you to look at. This is from Bloomberg. Shout out to Bloomberg. The U.S. is weighing a potential easing of restrictions on NVIDIA Corp sales to the United Arab Emirates, according to people familiar with the matter, who said President Trump could announce the start of work on a bilateral chip deal during his upcoming trip to the Gulf. That's interesting. So we have restrictions on the most powerful AI chips. Who can use them? There are restrictions on China buying them, on other countries. You could see the value in other countries and countries with big investment funds, sovereign wealth funds, having access to the best, most highest quality AI chips that we're creating. You can also see why the U.S. would want to think strategically about that, when it comes to deals. So it's pretty interesting that the UAE, right after a fund that they support financially, made a massive investment into the Trump worthless cryptocurrency. Right after that, the Trump administration is like, yeah, let's maybe ease restrictions. Let's give these guys access to these high-powered AI chips. Maybe that's a big coinky dink. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe there's nothing to see here. But color me skeptical. Let's just say that. Color me skeptical. It is truly astonishing what is happening. The other story, I mentioned this on a pod recently, but just worth adding, a little layer to this. That same young man, Steve Witkoff's Nepo baby, was not just part of the deal with the UAE. He also recently went to Pakistan, where he had a meeting with the prime minister of Pakistan about doing deals with the Trump shitcoin. This can't be real. According to that story, he received a presidential motorcade. Our envoy's Nepo baby and business partner to Donald Trump and his family received a presidential style motorcade and met with the leader of Pakistan to try to cut a deal with Donald Trump's business. Is that really what we want? Do we want our foreign policy with Pakistan, with a country that has been, that was hiding Osama bin Laden, that has a nuke? Do we want that to be influenced by whether or not they invest in World Liberty Financial? There's nothing like this. It's crazy that this is happening. There is no equivalent to this in modern American history. And this is literal tin pot dictator crap. But I guess that's where we are in the country right now. So I'm obsessed with this. This is on my list of story obsessions as there are continued developments in the Trump crypto corruption, bribery, grift. We will keep you apprised of them. Shout out to the New York Times and Bloomberg for their reporting. Everybody else, please subscribe to the feed. We'll be back here soon. Hey, YouTube fam, if you want to support the Bulwark, the best way to do it is by becoming a YouTube Bulwark Plus member. The Bulwark is truly independent. We have no corporate overlords. We're not settling any dumb lawsuits with Trump. By joining, you help support our work, and you can get a bunch of perks right here on this platform. Ad-free content, bonus videos, live streams, and some emojis of me, which I guess some people want. So come join, come hang out, become a Bulwark YouTube Plus member, and I'll be seeing you in the comments. So behave.